Sure are. All right. Is there echo?
Yeah, look, there's two of us here. What's up, Fancy Francie?
Let's turn off the sound so it's not going crazy. And here we go. Less echo. Okay.
But can they still hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us. All right, guys. So, welcome. Good to see you.
First, can you hear me? Mutant Strong, can you hear me? We need to test this out.
Are you there?
I don't know.
Wait, why is it? Oh, you know why it's two videos? Because normally we're not supposed to be in the same place. You would be at home and I would be here.
So maybe
you guys, thanks for moving with our technical difficulties right now. If you comment on Facebook, I will see your comments and we will be able to talk to you. Jake is texting right now, so maybe he's seeing us. We're really glad you're here, guys.
Wait, we need to make something.
If you're there, send a comment so we can see it on Facebook. I can see that there's two of you here.
Okay.
I want to make sure that you are seeing us and it is all working. Great. Looks like it's working. Fabulous.
Sorry,
okay,
wait,
so.
Is my Facebook one on there too, or no?
No, it's not.
Okay. Oh
well. Oh well. There's no way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So, we don't need to be.
I just wonder if the Instagram people can hear us.
Alexandra, so good to see you. Glad you're here. So listen, you guys can, Alexandra, can you hear us? Can you just let us know if you can hear us? Just put a comment. Tell us if you can hear us.
I guess if they can't, they're not going to comment.
Tell us if you can hear me. Tell us if you can't hear me. Just let me know. Checking here to make sure we're all up and running.
I really don't know.
We're stuck at home with Brian and Chelsea. Tell us. Hello, Heart
I don't
K
think they
Cider.
can hear us.
Can you
no
hear us? Oh, turn up the volume.
Okay. They're saying yes. Oh.
They can?
No. Bye. Oh, someone says goodbye. All right, we'll just keep the volume on.
Hey! Raphael says he can hear us very well. Good. Look
on
at this.
Facebook?
Yes, Raphael says he can hear us well.
Okay, so I'm going to start asking you things.
Debbie Pollock says hear you. Yay, Debbie. There's Debbie saying hello to us.
It's super jagged and keeps freezing, but maybe that's on my end. Okay. What's up, Powell? Yay. Okay, so we're streaming in 5 million places. We're streaming here. We're streaming. Oh, you know what? Because I'm not on your Wi-Fi, probably.
Not the best. It's super lagged. It keeps freezing, but maybe that's on my end. Powell, I'm going to think that might be on your end because it's working everywhere else, but thank goodness it's happening. Do you want to connect to my Wi-Fi? Take a second.
Okay.
Everybody seems pretty cool. Thanks for chilling out with us, you guys.
We're gonna do my Wi-Fi.
I'm going to talk to everybody. So listen, Chelsea and I thought
this. You used to tell me your Wi-Fi.
Okay, my Wi-Fi. Everyone, you're going to know my Wi-Fi now. My Wi-Fi is L'Oreal 5G.
Nope, that's not there.
Okay, try again.
Okay, got it.
And then the password is capital A.
Okay.
New Day 52.
It's not ready.
Okay. Yay, Raphael says it's working. Raphael, we're glad you're here. Yay. Sarah, oh my gosh, it's been, you guys, I need you to know that Sarah Pitcher, who's right here, we went to prom together in Pennsylvania.
What?
Great. You can turn the sound off on there.
Are you sure?
I think so.
We don't know.
Okay, great. The echo, yes, turn it off.
What
okay. So guys, we're so glad that you're here. Listen, so 2 days ago, I messaged Chelsea because of the coronavirus, and I was feeling very much like we are being sequestered, and we don't get to talk to each other, and we take this very seriously, and we know that it's a time to be careful with our health, but also we're human beings.
We are humans.
And so we're driven to connection. We want to hang out, and so we thought, what a better way than to try to say hello to you.
Is anyone listening to this?
Yeah, they're listening. Look at the comments we're getting.
Oh, great.
So if you are listening and you have even a question or a comment you want to make, we are ready to hear you. There's also this going on, in case you wanted to know that we can do that on Facebook. Whoa!
What's that?
That's the second camera. I told you I got it all hooked up.
Wow, there's a lot going on.
So when I was in Pennsylvania and I went to the prom, because someone just asked about that, it was in outside of Glen Mills, Delaware County. So anyway, Chelsea.
Remember when you said you grew up in like the Pasadena of Ohio?
I grew up in the, not quite.
Not quite.
Pasadena's nicer than the Ohio.
Okay, so we're just talking about the coronavirus, basically. To start. So, okay, let's talk about the differences between LA, where I live, and Pasadena, where you live.
Great.
So, in terms of going to the grocery store, have you been able to buy food at the grocery store that you need?
So just so you guys know, in case you haven't heard about the difference, if you know where Pasadena is, or LA is a big city, right? So Pasadena is like a suburb outside of Pasadena, outside of LA. It's about 30 minutes away, 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about our grocery store experiences, and I would love to hear from you guys. If you want to just pop it up there, let us know your comments there for us. So it was really easy for me to grocery shop.
So were the aisles completely empty?
No, so people were a little bit like this in the aisles, like a little bit like, are we going to all be sucked away by zombies in the next 5 minutes? So there was a little bit of that energy going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it was packed. So first I went shopping at 2 places. I went to Trader Joe's on Thursday, which is not as crazy maybe. Right?
I think Thursday was the last day that you could go where it wasn't like insane.
It was pretty crazy though. And the guy who was working there was like, we need to get a beer. And I was like, not with me. It was very weird.
The guy working there asked you to get a beer?
And he was like, we'll need to stop this and I'll go get beers. And I was like, but just don't sneeze. Like, it was weird.
Also, Brian lives in a jungle. There's literally, it sounds like children crying, except for it's apparently parrots.
Right, no. So right now what you're hearing is a peacock, because what
That
we
is
also
so
don't know
random.
is that there are wild peacocks in Pasadena.
That's so random.
So at
What are
Trader
they
Joe's, I would say that from A to Z, in terms of scale of 1 to 5, was it crazy? I would give it like a 3.5. And I was able to buy everything. I did leave a box of Pellegrino on the bottom of my shopping cart, and I got all the way home, and I drove all the way back to get it, and it was gone, and it made me feel a little bit like The Walking Dead, like somebody was going to go steal my water, which felt a little bit scary. What are you doing?
I don't know what happens. Oh, it's me. Did I not go live anymore?
Yeah, you unlive. You can't look around. You have to stay on your live.
How did I do it?
Well, I need to invite you again.
I don't want it to be like 2 screens.
So why don't you just go live?
Yeah, how do
So
I
go to your home.
Okay, live.
Live. Great.
Okay. Checking connection. You're now live. Great.
Great. Okay.
Welcome
so we're just
back.
fixing. Great.
Okay.
So 1 to 5, 3.5. Got everything that I needed. I couldn't find oatmeal, which is one of the things that I wanted. You said you also couldn't find oatmeal. But then the next day went to Whole Foods, and Whole Foods was a very different scene. We had a 45-minute wait in Whole Foods trying to get what we wanted. Let's see what Debbie says here. Debbie says the Sherman Oaks Trader Joe's was letting people in 3 at a time. Like, the store was empty except for 3 people, Debbie?
Sherman Oaks. So, okay, we're doing it on Facebook too. So on Facebook, they just said at Sherman Oaks, Trader Joe's was letting you in 3 at a time. For me, yesterday, I went to 4 different stores and I wasn't able to buy peanut butter, meat, bananas, oatmeal, pasta, sauce, beans, turkey. So I kind of like had an emotional moment. Like I didn't feel good because I had an apocalyptic thought, like what's happening? But then, don't worry, this morning I woke up at 8 a.m. I went to Ralph's at 8 and I was able to get everything.
Was it crowded?
Yeah, the lines were really long even at 8 a.m. But I could still buy meat and pasta and stuff, which made me feel way better. So I think the trick to anyone out there is go to the grocery store literally at 7 or 8 a.m.
I also have this, so I don't know about you guys out there, but I had, part of the reason why Chelsea and I wanted to do this is because we wanted to hang out, and also because it feels really weird during this time, and also Saturday night normally would not be a, like, stay home night maybe I go to the movies or go on a date with my boyfriend, and so if I let's connect with people. We also don't know if we're going to be able to continue for her to come over to my home and do this because who knows if we'll get quarantined. So this is the first night. We hope to do this again and again and again. But I also...
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, talk to us. Give us a comment.
What
Debbie says the store was full.
I'm going to wave to you guys. Wave. What's up, Luis, Mike, Travis?
And if you're also on Instagram, if you're out there on Instagram, we are on Instagram as well, Instagram Live. So if you're on Instagram and you want to join us on Facebook, we're taking your comments there. We can talk to you. So the weird thing that I keep on having this feeling of, and this is the uncomfortable part, is I keep being afraid that like they're going to close the grocery stores. Like it's going to be to protect the people who work there because they're interacting with a lot of people that they're going to have to stay home. And so then where are we going to get food? And that felt kind of scary to me.
Well, even in Italy, the grocery stores are open. So in Italy, you can't leave your house, but besides to go to the grocery store.
And you have some friends there. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've heard from them?
Yeah, so in Italy, like they're quarantined. They can't leave their house unless to go to the grocery store or the pharmacy are the only 2 things that are open.
Wow.
Sarah said something.
Someone here, Sarah said, all Pennsylvania wine and spirit stores are shutting down. All schools are closed. I work in a grocery store and it's been nuts. Oh wow, wait. Sarah, I would love for you to just tell a little bit about working in a grocery store. Like, can you give us a story? What have people been like? I think that'd be really interesting to hear. And then Alexandra is saying...
I'll bet sales of the fancy bidet toilets are through the roof. they will probably deliver the groceries by the National Guard if it gets that bad.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, look at what Alexander says. All the ports are closed. So you're not even able to get in and out of a port, which I hear right now. So my mother's in Ohio, and I was actually worried about her. I hope she's watching. I was actually worried. I want her to be alone, and I don't know if anybody else is having those feelings.
And tell them how old your mom is.
Well, I'll let my mother decide if she wants to talk about her age, but I'll just say that my mother is an age where maybe we want to be safe with her health, right?
Yeah.
And it just feels uncomfortable that she's by herself. And I even thought about flying her here to be with me in Pasadena, but uncomfortable because I don't want to put her on a plane to fly to Pasadena.
Yeah,
right?
But also I think because it's safer in Ohio, I think she should stay there. Does anyone else have parents that they are wondering what to do with? So my mom has breast cancer, so she has a compromised immune system. So she was going to be in Palm Springs this weekend, and I told her, like, absolutely not, you should cancel your flight. So my mom has just been home chilling, but like not quarantined. So I guess what's confusing is when do you get to the point where you for yourself decide to quarantine yourself? I'm curious what anyone else has done. Are you guys already quarantined? Hello, Allison. Oh, my mom's friend is here.
Great. Mom, I hope you're watching. So listen, I also didn't want to just sit here and talk about what's going on. Like with us, we wanted to actually share a few things that we've looked at online.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pop into the chat on Facebook here the coronavirus website in case you guys haven't been there already. It's actually really helpful, and I find I'm on the wrong keyboard. We've got 3 computers here, you guys. Hang on a second. I actually found it to be really like peace-giving when I read this because it just made me feel a little bit like, oh, this is not as, I mean, it's scary, but this is not something where there's nothing to be done or no way to help yourself. If you're on Instagram, and I see there's a big comment here, if you wanted to join me, please join me over here on Facebook because I can see your comments.
Hold on, he says my kids 11, 14 have their schools closed until
mid-April. That's a long time. Okay, so I just posted that one for you. And then there's also this, for those of you out there who are in the arts, IndieWire is posting a list of the films and productions that have been canceled. I'm just posting that up for you. And then last one, I have to tell you, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this. But
you can share your screen.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Let me just do that for you. Let me just grab my share screen.
So yeah, basically in LA, this is my ex-wife has an autoimmune disease that requires her taking immune suppression meds and is working from home. That's really smart that she's working from home. Sorry to hear that. It is definitely, it can be uncomfortable to think about our like family members working from home, but it's so the safest, best choice.
I mean, I feel very lucky. Sarah says,
people have been in panic mode, buying up all the toilet paper, all the meat. Lots of people are buying dry stuff like cereal. They're now putting limits on items: 2 cans of soup per person, 2 boxes of cereal per person.
Wow.
I think limits, and this is from someone who works at a grocery store. She says, I'm in Brooklyn about to go to an Airbnb in Salem, Mass to isolate for 2 weeks while I figure out what's next. That's really smart. That's really smart. She's on a cross-country road trip.
You guys, my mom is saying hi. She's here. Yay, Mom, Doreen. Hey, Mom. And Sarah said she told her parents to stay in and to let her know if they need anything. What did they say?
I said she's my mom's friend, but she's also my friend, which is true.
Yeah, I'm telling my mom to stay in as well because it feels safer. I'm trying to share my screen with you guys. It's giving me a little bit of a hard time, but what I wanted to tell you, I'm going to put the link in the thing. To the World Health Organization, but what I will tell you is there's a lovely woman giving you instructions about how to take care of yourself during this time, but her face is like she's scared. So I just want to tell you, I'm sure she's not doing it on purpose, but she actually makes us look a little scared there. Let's see. Jackie Bell, what does she say? She says, still working at the hospital. Family is being forced to
work from home.
WFH. I never even knew that before.
Work from home.
Work from home.
What's up, Jess ma'am? Hey.
Over here it says, my mother is 86 in Puerto Rico. I think she's better off there. She lives in a small town. My brother lives in San Juan, Avi, a bigger city. I asked him not to visit her for a while. Such great advice there. I think that's great. I think it's hard for us who are separated from our parents and our families because we want to be of support, and it's kind of like there's nothing you can do besides sit still.
Yeah.
Right? Thanks for saying hi, you guys, to my mom. So one of the other things that we talked about before we got on here, because we're like, we're not just going to go on and start talking, was like, what are some things that we have found that is helpful during this time period?
So let's talk about the best apps.
Let's talk about the best apps. Great.
Yeah.
Do you have some suggestions?
Yeah, so I think the best apps are definitely Calm. If anyone has
Calm. I'm going to write it down on the thing. Calm app.
If anyone anyone hasn't used Calm, that's an app that has free meditation. So whether or not you're someone that likes to do meditations, I think this is a good time to explore what that is. And also has like bedtime stories to help you go to sleep. We're talking about if you're just joining the Calm app is something we would recommend.
And
is that something you've ever used?
Yeah, I love it. The Calm app actually does a great job of starting off with meditations that are really, really short.
Mm-hmm.
Calm also prides itself on being an app that is about helping you fall asleep. So if you're really triggered during this time, you're having a harder time calming down, I will say calming down, maybe that was a lot, is turn off the news. At a certain point, you're going to be good with the news. You know, like at 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night.
Whoa, way before 9.
Okay,
way
great.
before 9.
Great.
No news at night. No news at night. Hello, we're talking about the best apps. If you guys have the best apps you've been looking at while you've been
Jackie's
home,
already checking out the Calm
let
app.
us
She says
know.
checking out the Calm app. She just
Oh,
said
good.
it. I posted the link in the page for you guys if you want to look at that. What's another app you
Okay,
love?
the next app, I feel like, so TikTok is actually a recommendation I have.
Wait, I'm too old for TikTok. Tell me why I should use it.
Most people are going to be too old for TikTok watching this because it's like mostly for way younger people. But I think it's interesting because TikTok is the most used app. I just bring on Johnny Carson his best up. Laughs so hard.
Oh,
I
that's
just
so
binge.
cute.
Every chance I get, I'm going for walks, teaching my kids and dogs the other side of the house. That's very smart.
Articulate a little more because they're
I'm
not
gonna
reading
wave,
it.
hey.
Okay.
I'm gonna wave.
So today I went with my partner. We went to Huntington Gardens and
Mhm.
walking around. And it was not very full of people. It's a little rainy here today, but it was the perfect thing to do to be outside. We're separated. It's very easy to social distance without it feeling very weird. My mom says she's not sure about going to work Monday. Mom, I know that you're not going to work on Monday, so that's good. We're definitely not going to work on Monday. Good talk there. I'm also interested to hear from you guys. What are your plans for food? Like, do you have any things you're going to be eating to kind of keep you, like, during this time? Like, I know today we went to the farmer's market, and we actually bought, like, perishable things that we know are not going
I'm
to keep.
surprised that
Yeah.
the farmer's market was open.
So the farmer's market was a scene. Apparently, by the time we got there, all the strawberries were bought.
Mm-hmm.
We got some fish and stuff, but we put things in the freezer. The freezer's
You're
full
talking
of
really fast.
Sorry, the freezer is full of frozen things right now, so that we can make dinner.
Yeah.
And then any other apps you wanted to recommend?
Oh, so what I was going to say about why I think TikTok is funny right now too is because it's like the most used social media app, even more than Instagram.
You need to slow down too.
If you're wondering why people like TikTok, this would be a good time to go on there and just kind of learn, even if you don't like it, but just making that decision, being like, okay, now I know how to use it, now I understand
What is it? Can you help us understand what it is?
TikTok?
Yeah.
It's just like making videos, but people, it's
Like what we're doing right now?
But like it has to be like a certain kind of video. So like
Okay.
like dancing, like challenges, like there's certain things like that.
Is it annoying?
I mean, I like it, but
Okay.
like it's just the most used social media app in the world, which
Okay.
is interesting.
Okay, let's talk about any other apps we want to talk about. I personally like to use Headspace. My mom likes Headspace as well, for those of you who aren't using it already for meditation.
So it's literally the same thing as Calm.
It is, except for Calm does a really great 5-day beginning thing.
Right.
That if you guys have never tried Calm before, I highly recommend trying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's 5 free days of meditation. And
Yeah.
I also think 2 things. Is that during this time, it's not a time to say, like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds now, because now I am in the mode of, like, I have to be at home or whatever. It's not time to pick up necessarily a new habit. I think it's a time to take care of your spirit and your soul in a way that, like, today felt like a snow day for me at my house. And I want to be very aware that I'm speaking from a place of privilege, right? Like, I am okay that I'm not working today. I am okay that there's food in my refrigerator. There's no one in this home that is not well right now. So I want to be very mindful, because I know right now a lot of people are challenged by having, like the gig economy, having part-time jobs. We went to a restaurant like 3 days ago, and we, doubled our tip because we felt really caring
really
for this
nice.
person that's like uncomfortable that right now
Yeah.
they don't know what their restaurants are going to look like, right? So that's
Yeah.
an important piece of this.
Yeah, so do you think that restaurants in California are going to shut down?
I think we're going to see a lot close.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they don't close forever. Like,
Well, forever.
I think there's gonna be some money things. I think
But they would close forever because they went out of business, not because they could never reopen.
well, if you think about it, they're bleeding money because
Right.
they're paying for their lease and they're not
Right.
making money, right? So
Right.
it's a scary time for a lot of businesses.
Right.
Um,
But how long? So let's be specific. I'm just curious. How long do you think people will not be able to eat at restaurants in California?
I don't know, because I think we're still watching California.
Yeah.
see what's going to happen. It's really, I think it's a very weird time to predictions feel. I don't feel equipped to make a prediction.
Well, I know you don't actually know, but I'm just curious.
I mean, because what they said about the children being out of school till April, like I'm curious how much that connects to that. Do you know what I mean? Right.
Like
how
they're making that decision. Like someone.
Hi Jeffrey, glad you're here.
So someone in my chat was saying their kids are out of school till mid-April. I think that's in California. I'm not sure where. So I wonder like how much that bleeds into working from home. I think that restaurants might shut down, but my hope is that everything is really, really shut down just for like 1 month. I think that's realistic, but also optimistic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yep. I'm like 1 week is not realistic, really, but like 4 months would be really extreme. Can we have a comment? I also suggest please do not judge anyone how they might be overreacting or underreacting, and let them do that. Let them do them while you do you. No time for judging anyone's real emotions.
Oh, I think this is so Sean. I'm so glad you said this. You know, I think that a lot people can have a lot of different reactions during this time, and I don't think it's okay to judge people for being too reactive or not reactive enough. That's such a good way to say that.
Right.
And you know, some people get through things by being a little retreating. Some people get things by being vocal. Obviously, you and I are getting through this by being. This is like us getting through this. Is us being with you right now. Part of it is that ability to be here with you.
Yeah.
Right? So I thank you guys for being here. So should we tell them some jokes and be funny and stuff?
No.
Okay, we're not going to be funny. We're just going to be serious.
What are your jokes?
I don't really know if I have a lot of good jokes. I can tell you funny things that happened today.
Okay, that works.
Okay, so at the farmer's market today, I bought some beautiful cherry blossoms. Isn't that funny? But as we were walking, the rest of this, they're very long and tall. Mm-hmm. And so as we were walking through the rest of the farmer's market, people kept on saying like, oh, are those to keep us away because you have coronavirus? Like people were like kidding, but more than one person did the joke. And it was like, definitely not doing that. But please give me a hug, but don't give me a hug. Like we're okay. Right?
What farmer's market was it?
Pasadena.
Pasadena.
Yeah. What, did you have any good, nice jokes for us now?
Well, all the funny things have happened to me while I've literally been sitting. Oh my God, it's Siggy!
Siggy, yay! We're here! Yay! Jeffrey, I'm glad you're here. Yay!
Amazing. I think the funniest thing to me was being in Ralph's this morning, and there was like 10 loaves of bread, and people were like wondering, like, how many loaves should they take? And there was actually...
Like while everyone was sick, like they were frozen.
Yeah, and it was funny because people were like, well, I don't know, like I really want all 10. Should I not take all 10? And like turned to me, she was like, should I take all 10 loaves? And I was like, I don't think I can decide how many loaves that it's okay for you to take. I do really like
It's so biblical.
Yes. I do really like though that Ralph's has the rule of like you could only take 3 rolls of toilet paper, which was funny because there was none. LOL. They were like, please only take 3 rolls. I was like, there's 0 rolls to take.
I'd love to hear from some of you guys out here on Facebook right now or on Instagram about like, are you freaking out about toilet paper? Are you doing good?
Do you have toilet paper?
Do you have toilet paper? Like, so I'll give you the rundown in this house. In this house, we probably have like 6 rolls or 12.
That's it?
Yeah, but we also have these wipes that are like meant to be flushed down the toilet. Mm-hmm. And we have like, they were like, you had to buy a box of a huge thing. So like that's our reserve is the box of the wipes that we have. So we're kind of set in an okay way.
Where do you guys live and do you have toilet paper? I'm curious, like if it's just LA that's been the issue, like is it everywhere?
I want to like fix this jacket because I'm feeling like you look like a busted person. It's cold in my house, and so
it's really
she put on my favorite jacket, which like if it's gonna be my favorite jacket, like we have to be like.
I don't think anyone really cares.
I care. I care.
Okay, great.
Mom, what are you thinking of our little stuck at home with Brian and Chelsea? You know, are we having a good time?
Literally, where did that sound effect?
So this Starbucks is from 2 days ago because I'm afraid to go to Starbucks. It's been sitting in my fridge. So I want to just speak really honestly about how I've been feeling. And I don't know if I've told you this yet.
Okay.
I actually have felt afraid to leave the house. And not to the point of like, I can't set foot out in the yard to like walk Chelsea from her car to my home. But a little bit like, is it okay to go even to the grocery store? Is it okay to go to Starbucks? And it also feels a little bit, I don't know how many of you are here who lived through 9/11. Sharon's here, yay.
What did Sharon say?
Wait, let me finish what I'm saying and I'll go to her.
Okay,
so, after 9/11, everyone kind of came together in a very loving way because it was a scary experience for us, right? And so now there is an opportunity right now to be more, I think, generous to your neighbor from afar. So it's a very disorienting experience where you want to say, we're in this together, but like, don't touch me and get nowhere near me.
Right.
Right? Which is kind of why this venue is kind of good for us.
Yeah.
Wait, Sharon said something. What did
Allison was saying, I hope all those who overbought in their emotion reactive minds that they will donate to those who came behind them to the empty shelf. Sorry, I'm far away from the phone. I'm reading it slowly. But that's a good point. Like, anyone who did overbought something, I hope that, I don't think we'll see it next week, but I think in the next few weeks, like, look, so right now there's no toilet paper, right? So if everyone is buying toilet paper, I'm hoping that in 2 to 3 weeks, there will be some toilet paper.
I also think like toilet paper is the lowest on my list of worries for everybody. Like, you all have washcloths. We don't have to talk about poop, but you can
washcloths.
Figure it out. All I'm saying is like I'm way more worried about people not having food. I'm way more.
But in Italy and China, they have not run out of food. They have not run out of food in China. So I have a new roommate, and she has a lot of friends in China, and she's saying that her friends in China, so they're not allowed to leave their house at all.
At all. Quarantine.
They can leave once every 4 days. So once every 4 days, they can have someone from their house go to the grocery store, and they have not run out of food. They did run out of medicine, which is an issue, but they have not run out of food. And then in Italy, you're also not allowed to leave your house. You are allowed to leave the house only to go to the grocery store, but then if you get in your car, you cannot go into another town without paperwork from the government telling you why.
In China, you actually have to have a permission slip to go to the grocery store, is what my friends were telling me. Mm-hmm. And also, I want to make sure that we are here, you guys, not to add fuel to any anxiety, but we're actually here to make space for connection and to be with each other. So while we're talking about stuff, the news may be changing. We're not looking at the news right now. We're looking here to make a space to talk to you and to talk to you on Instagram as well. So we're just here, stuck at home, and trying to make it a time for connection. So I really want to make sure that you're hearing this as a space to feel like you're being seen. And if there's any desire to connect over a connection here, I'd be happy to put your comment on the page and share. So Sharon is saying something. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, so Sharon says, first of all, hey Sharon.
Hey Sharon.
A friend who's in LA from Chicago asked me to meet her for coffee, and I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going to Starbucks. Not sure if I'm crazy. I think that's such a good point because at the end, on the one hand, it's kind of like if you're restless, that sounds like, oh, well, that'd be fun to like see a friend for coffee. But then I think the other side is that really worth it? So I feel like something cool that I hope people could start doing is maybe doing Zoom coffees. I mean, I know people already use Zoom for work a lot, and they know that they could.
And if you don't know what Zoom is the same as Skype, everybody.
But with better internet connection.
Right? Or FaceTime. You could even FaceTime a day.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that, like, a lot of times people know they can do it, but I'm hoping this could turn into deliberate, like, so people feel taken care of, like, hey, do you want to meet Sunday at 3 for Zoom coffee? Sure, yep. So it feels like you have a plan, you're still a part of your schedule, you're not just like, I'm home alone forever with nothing to do. So that's something that I hope to do is like scheduling Zoom coffees, like, hey, like Tuesday at 5, like, do you want to hang out over Zoom?
100%. And if you guys want to join us on Facebook so that you can comment, just go to Facebook, Brian Pataka, you'll find it. It's on the Brian Pataka Life and Career Coach. We can actually look at your comments and can talk to you there. We would love to see you there. So, Sharon, what I would say to you is, I actually am in the more frightened boat. And I would probably say to that friend, hey, how about we get a coffee and then we go for a walk? I feel much better about being outside than I feel about being inside in terms of, and maybe there's nothing scientific about that. It just feels a lot better to me.
I just had a really good idea.
Let's hear it.
Okay, you know what's something that I think would be cool? Wait, this is the best idea ever. Tell me.
You guys, it's the best idea ever. Pause whatever you're doing.
Hold on, there's new people. I'm going to say hi to Smoss, what's up, and Chip, what's up? You have a bunch of new people.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We are stuck at home with Brian and Chelsea. Saturday night, coronavirus realness. We want you to be happy and healthy and taken care of. And we also believe in connection right now. And this is our best attempt at doing that. We are not news people. We are here just to be...
I know. I think they know.
We're here just to be connected and human right now.
Okay, wait, I have a really good idea. What if there's an organization, maybe we're the organization, where it's like movie night, but we all watch the same movie at the same time.
I think it's a great idea.
Together, and we can text or comment about the film together.
Maybe one of the nights of Stuck at Home with Brian and Chelsea.
We watch a movie together.
Yeah.
So it would have to be something that was maybe Netflix or something that everyone has. And everyone, I don't think it would like be officially, because we're not gonna like pay for a software that
Sure,
started,
right.
but it's like we all agree
To watch it talk.
start at 8 p.m.
So wait, I want to check in with you guys because right now is the time when a lot of people are binging, and I
Would
want
anyone
to.
do that with us?
I'm sure they would. So
Okay.
I want to hear from you guys. What shows you're binging, and I want to make a little list in the chat here because we're all looking for great shows. I'm going to talk about some of mine. You tell me about some of yours, okay?
Okay, talk
So-
a little bit slower because there's a lag.
Great. So
Yeah.
I loved and finished The Outsider on HBO. It is such an incredible show. It will be surprising to you. It's a Stephen King novel translated into a movie. Ben Mendelsohn is in it, and he's incredible. So is I'm going to get her name wrong. Harriet Tubman, Erica Oroye. I'm getting her name wrong, you guys. But she's in it as well. It's excellent. So if that's a show you want to, it's a great show to binge, and it's a mystery, so it keeps you wanting to watch the next one. What are you watching right now?
I watched Love Is Blind. Have you watched this?
Jake was obsessed. So my boyfriend Jake was obsessed with Love Is Blind. I think he finished it in till he got right.
Sharon's watching Hunters.
I'm watching Hunters too. I just started Hunters. Wait, let's finish Love Is Blind. And we'll go
sorry. Love Is Blind. If anyone has not watched it, I highly recommend it because it's such a time sucker. Sorry, we're going all. This would be a good time to put on our glitter and sarong or hot pants and dance to 70s disco.
Luke is right. Luke was in the Donkey Show with me, you guys.
Oh my God.
Good to hear from you, Luke. So glad to see you. That's awesome.
Yes.
So tell us some more about.
Okay, Love Is Blind.
Everyone knows about Love Is Blind, I think.
Well, if not, no judgment.
Okay.
Love Is Blind. Anyone who hasn't seen it, please put it on your list because it's the biggest time sucker of all time, which normally is like not the greatest, but at a time like this, people just want to be obsessed with something, and it's so addicting. So what happens is people fall in love with someone without seeing them. They only are allowed to talk.
Yeah, it's literally like the coronavirus. The SNL made a skit about it being the coronavirus of dating.
Yes, that's literally what it is. So it's people in two secluded pods that are not allowed to ever see each other, and they go on dates, and eventually they propose to one another, and people end up actually getting married without having ever seen anyone, and it is the most addicting.
It's horrible. It's like The Bachelor, but not. So,
but like even more addicting.
Everyone's talking about Hunters. And
Yes.
Raphael's watching The Good Place on Netflix,
Okay.
which is great because I always forget that The Good Place is on Netflix. And also, Jacqueline Bell is all about us having a best idea ever, having a movie night and having us all watch a movie
Yes.
at the same time. You guys
Yes.
are super into this.
That would
Yay.
be so funny.
Super into it.
Why not, honestly? Because there's always so many nights you can watch a movie by yourself and just
What's it called? What do you, Betty Ann, what are you talking about? The movie? We haven't decided on a movie yet. I'm not sure if you're asking about a movie, but let us know if that's what you're talking about. We will make sure you know if we decide to do a movie.
I've been watching The Good Place on Netflix with Kristen Bell, and it's so good and quirky. I want to be in The Good Place so bad. You must be an actor.
We love it, yes. Wait, can I talk to actors for a second? Can we do that for a second? Because I
Sure.
think I lag. So I think what's really difficult about this time is that I think we are so driven towards connection and to touch, actually. Most of us are people, right? And right now, your instincts that make you are the ones you have to work against in many ways. So in this time, I think it's important that you also realize everybody's binging freaking TV. And so we are looking to our storytellers to help us reassure ourselves what our humanity is about. So there's some solace in the fact that acting is so vital right now. So while you might not be able to go to acting class or put your acting into practice, use this as a time to notice how much storytelling reconnects us as human beings, both in the joys of our lives and the difficult times. I think right as now is a time when we want to be given a respite from maybe some of the drama. And wait, can we just say thanks to everybody for spending some Saturday night with us? We felt like we had to be in the house, so thank you for being stuck at home with us. Wanting to hear what else people are saying, so let's, the series we were talking about is called Hunters, Betty Ann. Oh, Outsiders. Outsiders is the show we're talking about. Wait, let's keep going our list of binge shows.
Binge shows? Okay.
Wait! I'm a dork.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I'm just picking up, so I didn't finish Westworld because I got really confused during season 2. So I'm starting Westworld season 2 again so I can pick up Westworld season 3. Is anybody else there with me with Westworld? I would love to hear. Oh, look at that big yawn.
Right now,
It's a
really?
party night on Saturday night. You're
Wait, I have a really good idea for my movie night. I also think we should send a shopping list out in advance. All buy the same things, all cook the same night, and then watch the same movie.
Well, at least have microwave popcorn.
Sure.
Wait, I'm going to get a glass of wine.
Okay, well, leaving me so
I'll keep
low.
talking to you.
Okay, Brian can still talk to me from the kitchen, and I'm
Talk
in
to
here.
me about binge-worthy shows.
Okay, we want to brainstorm more shows. We can take these comments. Jacqueline Bell says
Outsiders
bad
better.
ending.
And Jacqueline, you know, I have to tell you, I don't want to give the ending away because I know my mom was watching. I don't want to spoil anything. I didn't hate the ending.
Make sure you're still in there.
But I was not obsessed with the ending. I agree with you. Did you watch all the way through the credits? Because something weird happens at the end of the credits. There's no food on the shelves. It's crazy out there. Betty Ann, I'd love to know where you are. Tell us where you're at.
Yeah, we're trying to compare.
Wine for all, Jacqueline says.
Except not wine for all because he literally just poured one.
Would you like some?
I mean, it's too late. It's literally too late for that. I'll have like the tiniest glass, like a quarter glass.
Alright, I'll get you a different glass so that we can tell them apart.
Okay, so what other shows are
Wait, we're going to let you know what we're drinking. Tonight, you guys, we're drinking Sauvignon Blanc, Kim Crawford. I'm not an advocate for people to drink unless you are someone who's healthy with drinking, so I want to make sure you hear that. And this is just because we're stuck at home and having a moment.
Thank you. Be careful of your...
It's going to be a nice time. Okay. Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. It's a highly recommended one. All right. So she's in Glendora. Okay. And she said that's crazy out there shopping. So I'm having a really uncomfortable time shopping as well. It feels really not cool to me.
I don't think this is good. Do you?
This is like one of my favorite wines in the world.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe you're not a Sauvignon Blanc person.
I think I'm more of a Chardonnay moment.
Okay.
But I'm still going to drink this.
Great. So let's talk about more shows for binge-worthy.
Okay, Anne with an E, I think is really underrated. It's a period piece.
Wait, is that one that's like Anne of Green Gables?
Yes, and the star is like a 13-year-old, so people are like, why would I watch this? It's actually reviewed very well. It's a great show.
But
it's
is it like
super interesting?
Is it too slickly sweet or no?
No.
Anne with an E, you guys, on Netflix.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Right.
It's like, that's not really my go-to. Like, I really like comedy, and I just like didn't think it would maybe be age appropriate, but it's really interesting that they use like history and the period pieces. There's some feminist issues that like can be reflected today.
Okay.
And just like how people grew up back then. But it's just really well shot. It's really interesting. It is definitely binge worthy, and it's underrated.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know if anybody's been watching, but I watch Grace and Frankie pretty religiously, and I finished the entire series as far as it's gone right now. Jake has never watched it ever, and today he was like, let's watch the first episode, the pilot. And it's so, if you've watched the show, I would say it's so curious to go back and watch it in the beginning because it's a totally different experience. Hey guys on Instagram, if you're watching over there and you want to comment, we are taking comments online on Facebook. Just look up my name on Facebook, Brian Pataka, and we are online going live and taking comments and responding to them here. So let's talk about some more binge-worthy shows. Anything? Wait, I have an idea. Okay. What's everybody making at home with all the food that they've stocked up? Yeah, I'd be really curious. I'm not a lentils person. I'm not a beans person.
Oh my God, I love beans.
What do you do? Beans, the
for someone,
food?
You literally fart all the time.
No, we don't talk like that.
He literally farts all the time.
I'll take you off the show.
Literally, I'm already off.
I'll take you off.
I'm already off.
I don't anymore.
Okay, he does. But that's really surprising because what they've done. But like, have you always not liked beans like since you were a child?
No, I just don't know how to make them.
I've never watched all of Friends. Now may be the time.
Nice, Betty. I love it. Love
true.
it. You guys are taking comments online. Join us over here.
Wait, no, I heard.
Rachel Rosenblum. Yes. Oh my God, join us on Facebook. We want you to join us. We'll patch you in, girl.
Oh my God, amazing. Oh yeah, we can patch people.
Should we patch her in?
Rachel.
Rachel, do you want to go live with us?
We literally can do that.
We can literally do that if you want.
Let's invite her.
Let's invite her. Let's see if she says yes. You don't have to say yes, Rachel, but you're welcome to. Okay. She declined. Okay.
She declined.
She's probably having her own nice little wine moment. So. We love you, Rachel. That's how much we love you.
That's hilarious.
She says, guys, I'll hop over. Perfect.
Yes.
Come on over.
Come on over.
We love you too.
We're talking about underrated shows. So we have Anne with an E is really underrated. Rachel Rosenblum actually looks like Anne with an E's older sister.
Does she?
Don't you think? Like the redhead freckle?
Sure.
You should be her sister. Or you should be her
Look at Betty Ann said there's always a lot of beans on the stove growing up.
I'm Mexican. There was always a pot of beans in the stove growing up. Yes.
So wait, here's
can I have a bean? Can I have a bean suggestion?
Bean suggestions.
Okay, the best beans that I ever made were black beans and 1 can of green chiles, like diced, in the store. So it's just 2 cans.
But wait, are the beans wet or are they dry?
They're wet black beans.
Okay.
You pour the whole can in, and then you pour a can of diced green chiles from the store and tons of lime juice. Okay. And that's it. And it tastes absolutely
amazing. Do you drain
amazing.
the gooch from the beans?
You can either way. It doesn't matter. I brought it, so it was my friend's birthday, and everyone had to bring a Mexican side dish, and I brought that, and it did the best. Like, everyone was really into it.
I love that.
Irving says, watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I've never watched it. I'm like the worst.
Oh, the new one. It's
I would love it.
It's a start. Okay, what do you think of the new one, Irving? Because episode 1 of the new one is one of the best things I've ever seen, and then I thought it trailed off a little. The original is the best, though. Someone says the original is the best. Oh, wait.
Betty Ann says
Anne with
Pinchos.
an E. Anne of Green Gables. Yes!
Who's saying that? Yay!
Who is it?
Anne of Green Gables. It's Emma Louise Percy. Yay!
Oh my gosh, I love Anne with an E. See, it's so underrated. Yes. People should absolutely check that out.
Irving is all about the red wine. I'm sorry you guys are having white tonight.
So sorry.
She's
Pinto.
not into it. Pinto
Betty Ann
beans.
says
Yes,
Pinto.
Pinto. So let's talk about some more shows to watch because I feel like everyone's stuck at home. Or any movies. Okay, so last night I watched a movie that's supposed to be really great on Netflix called Freaks.
What was it
Have you
about?
seen it?
No.
It's a little bit sci-fi. It's about a little girl. Little girl's the star of it, but you know who in the film is also Bruce Dern, who I love Bruce Dern. And in the film, the little girl's doing such a great job. I'm like, who's this actress? Where did she come from? It's a really incredible movie. I'm not gonna lie. It was late, and I fell asleep halfway through, and I'm dying to go back to finish it. Jake finished it, and he really, really liked it, so I'm excited to go back to it. So it's called Freaks, for those of you who haven't finished.
Okay.
Irving says that season 10 is great of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, that's not the new one. Yeah, the new
So
one.
listen, we're looking for other great shows, you guys. We're trying to make a list because everyone is binging right now. This person says the original is the best, though. Emma Louise says that. Absolutely.
Maybe she means the original Anne of Green Gables more than Anne with an E.
Oh, maybe. That's another one, too. So wait, what other shows are you binging? I need to know. Or have you finished?
Sex Education. Have you watched that?
Yeah, Sex Education. I really want to love it, but somehow I always just feel like I get the joke and I get the plot before I'm supposed to.
What was interesting is they made it. So it's a British show about kids in high school and like learning about sex.
And Gillian Anderson, who's one of my favorite actresses in the world, plays the mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's so good.
But they made it for an American audience, for younger people. So
wow, I didn't know that.
They did not make it for British people. They made it for Americans.
That's so crazy.
So I know what you mean. It is like a little bit on the nose, but I think the reason they did that is because they actually are trying to be educational about sex. And I think when shows become too cool, it becomes unrelatable and unapproachable, and then it becomes distance between you and the sex on the show. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'm cool enough to do that. It makes an otherness and a distance. Like, I don't know if I can have sex like that. I don't know if I should.
Right.
Whereas
even though it's about kids. Teenagers.
High schoolers, yeah, but like
nicely.
So people that age, I think the fact that it's a little bit like haha, it just makes it like safer for that.
So we're talking about the show Sex Education on Netflix right now, you guys.
Yeah.
And the show is funny.
Is it? I think
it's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Yeah. And I will also say that show, you know, other show I finished that I just realized is, damn it, I finished. Oh, if you guys have not watched is it The Fall? The Fall on Netflix, starring Gillian Anderson, is one of the best shows I have ever watched.
What's it about?
Jump on it right now. So Gillian Anderson, the same woman, the one who many of you know for X-Files, also on Sex Education. She and the guy from 50 Shades of Grey.
Which one?
The super hottest man ever, besides my boyfriend.
Okay.
Right? It's about him. He is a serial killer.
Okay.
And she is the detective. It's 3 seasons, I believe. It is one of the best tightly wound shows you've ever watched. You won't be able to stop watching. And she is so good because all she's playing the entire time is, I am the smartest woman in the room, and I am exhausted from being the smartest woman in the room. Like, that's her entire mode. And she's so good in it. And it's sexual, and it's hot, and it's an interesting story, and it's so good. It's called The Fall, and I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix, you guys. You can get sucked in. Tell me all about it. Matt is saying hi. Hi, Matt. How are you doing tonight?
What's up?
Now, wait. Irving says the show King. Is King a show? Tell me about that. I don't know what that is, Irving. And he said what is this? The Outsiders. Oh, my God. We love The Outsiders.
I've not seen The Outsiders.
I love The Outsiders so much. What other shows are you into that you love? Let's hear. We're trying to give you guys some great binge-worthy TV to watch while you're stuck at home.
We're literally going over like 5 million shows.
That's okay because maybe they don't appeal to everybody.
Right. You know what I've also realized? It's really hard to get other people into a show. Like, people are like, it's so good, and I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean? It's like so hard to like get.
But I think today.
A
long comment from Raphael. I think you need to sit nicely.
Okay.
Those are my socks. Chelsea has on my socks. Raphael says,
I saw a movie that was rather interesting. It's called Life After Beth with Aubrey Plaza. I think it's called Life After Death, or is it Life After Beth?
I think Life After Beth is way better than Life After Death. I hope it's called Life After Beth.
With Aubrey Plaza and Diane. Sorry, we're far away.
Dane DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan. It's a weird movie, but that's what I like about it. To get to the point, it's about mourning, and Aubrey Plaza is It's a zombie with spoilers.
Wait, you don't understand. Chelsea's obsessed with death.
Wait, I love death. I have a podcast.
Can you
called
talk a
Dying
little
of
bit about?
Laughter.
Wait, I want Chelsea to talk seriously about the work that she's doing. Will you tell them?
Okay, great. We can have a nice serious moment. My podcast is called Dying of Laughter. I interview
Dying of Laughter is the name of her
We should
podcast.
put our handles in the title.
I can put handles up here.
Okay.
Also, if you're on Instagram right now, I just want to interrupt you for 1 second. If
Okay.
you want to comment, we're actually taking your comments on Facebook. Just search my name on Facebook. We're putting your comments up on the screen. We've got a lot of people over here who are talking and trying to connect during this time when being stuck at home. And we want to be connected to you. So it's too hard for us to work on both of our phones. So join us over on Facebook if you want to connect. We'll see you there.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about your project.
So I interview comedians who have lost a parent or a sibling. So this is based on my experience having lost my dad to ALS. And
Is there an Instagram for it?
Yes, it's Dying of Laughter _podcast.
Great, keep going.
Underscore.
Yeah, I got it.
And yeah, it's really cool. Like if you are in the grieving process at any point, or maybe you lost someone a long time ago, there's a lot of episodes that I think would be relatable to you or maybe to someone else. So that is exciting. And I actually interviewed Brian on the podcast.
I think I'm episode 3 or 4.
I forget, but
Yeah.
you'll see it, and it's just been really inspirational so far. What do you have to say about it? If anything.
So I'll say that what
Did they say? He was saying it was awesome.
He said great. He's saying, "Oh snap, awesome! Please tell me how to switch to Instagram. If I can't switch to Instagram, you can switch to Instagram, Raphael. Although Facebook lets you comment, and we love your comments.
We're really just leaving the comment up there, the handle up there, like to go to later, but it's confusing. We're literally live streaming on my Instagram, on Brian's Instagram, and Brian's Facebook. So I'm sorry that our points of focus are.
So we're doing that in a few different ways, you guys, just so that you can connect with us in different ways. And because we're wanting to be able to get your comments, it's best if you come over to Facebook for us. So wanting you to hear that over there so we can hear you and talk to you. I'm assuming right now your Saturday night isn't looking like your normal Saturday night. Your Saturday night right now probably looks like a Tuesday night where you might be stuck at home because we're trying to be safe and healthy during this time. And so Chelsea and I are just trying to connect and stay connected with our community. And on Facebook, we're able to take your comments so that we can actually talk to you. What I was just saying about Chelsea's podcast that's so incredible is that it's okay for me to reveal some things about you?
Yeah.
So Chelsea's father died when you were how old?
19.
She was 19, and he died of ALS, which is a horrible disease to die from. And Chelsea, since I've known her, has had a mission inside of her to connect people over death and speaking over dying. And I say that because, hey guys, everyone you know at some point in your life is going to die. So it is impossible for us to avoid this, and in this country we have a really hard time talking about it. And so we are very ill-equipped to deal with grief. I also lost my father. Actually, my father died. Actually, when I say lost my father, it's a euphemism that I don't want to use because my father died. And I think euphemisms actually prevent us from the growth and the grace that is possible from the experience of losing someone, dying again.
Yeah.
See, even that, it's so easy to step into that habit.
Yeah.
And so Chelsea's podcast is speaking with people who've lost a parent. Is it all parents or not all parents?
Parents or siblings. Basically, the point is being someone that you grew up in your immediate circle. But what I found, I've gotten feedback, is that it has been helpful to people. If you've lost like a grandparent or a friend or someone else, I find like it can still be helpful. I would love to check that out. I've been listening to many podcasts and to be honest, I'm trying to motivate myself to start my own.
I love that.
That's awesome, Raphael. I'm happy to answer any questions, Raphael, about my podcast or starting one at some point. I'll probably do an episode about how I started it. I'd super appreciate that. It's called Dying of Laughter. You can listen to it on Apple iTunes, Stitcher, basically anywhere.
And I promised you guys that I'm going to start a podcast by the end of this year.
And I'm going to help him do that, which is great. It was actually so funny. So I brought all my podcasts.
Wait, Jacqueline maybe needs to be a guest.
Lost both my parents.
Wow,
oh my
Jacqueline,
gosh.
I didn't know that.
Jacqueline.
Sweetheart. I went to high school together. Jacqueline, I didn't know that. I just
oh my
wanted to wish you. I'm
gosh.
so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay.
Jacqueline, love ya.
Love you.
Where
Thank you
does
for saying
Jacqueline
that.
live?
Look, wait. Also, it's happening. What we wanted to happen tonight is happening, but we're actually connecting with people and having a little bit of a real conversation, which is exactly what we wanted.
Where does Jacqueline live?
Jacqueline lives in Ohio, I think. Still, Jacqueline, is that
Cool.
right? That's where we grew up together in Mentor, Ohio.
Did she know your dad?
She didn't know my dad because my dad lived far away, but she knew my
We're
mom
gonna have to
for
wash
sure.
this jacket now because I sneezed in it.
Oh my god! Corona Elizabeth the Twist! Go across!
We don't.
You know what show is horrible on Netflix? The Vampire Dracula one. But I couldn't keep myself from watching it, I have to tell you. It's horrible, but the woman in it is kind of good, so just letting you know that. Wanted to hear from anybody else about... So, Dying of Laughter is the podcast, if you want to join. Jacqueline gave us a star.
Jacqueline.
Yay! Jacqueline.
She might like listening to your episode because she knows you. And
Jacqueline, you might actually, my episode on I'm really proud of Chelsea's entire podcast, but I'm grateful for the position to be able to be on there with her. So if you want to check that out, that's great. And then, so again, if you're out there and you're thinking about, what are you doing during this coronavirus time? What's going to
Corona. Kano! Wait, pause for the cause. Kano is one of my new friends at BuzzFeed, and I'm obsessed with him. Like, he's literally the nicest.
Kano, come join us on Facebook so we can see your comments.
You literally would be like, oh my god, he's the coolest person you ever met. He's like 21 or something, or 23, and
I love it.
He's a TikTok influencer.
Love you. So I wanted to talk to you for a second. I know we've been talking about food. Look at that camera now. We've been talking about food. We've been talking about TV, what we're watching right now. I want to talk about something that's important to me. I'm a big reader. Is anybody else out there a reader? What books are you reading? I'd love to hear from you.
That's a whole other conversation. By the way, anyone new, we are also going live on Brian's Instagram and his Facebook. His Facebook is where we're taking comments. It's a little confusing, but
if you go to Brian Pataka Facebook, you're gonna get. We can comment. We can talk with you directly. So that's our main point of entry. But if you're on Facebook or on Instagram, we want to say hi to you for sure. So over here on Instagram, we got a great comment over here. I want to see what it is. Raphael just said, I would love to connect with you guys for some advice on podcasting. Great, Raphael, we're open to it. Great. So I want to talk about books for a second. I am on. If you guys are book readers, this book you can buy on Apple Books. I cannot set it down. The first book in the series is called Bangkok 8. What, you don't care about books?
No, I'm just relaxing.
Oh, are we?
It's Saturday night. Woo! Let me relax.
Wait, do we like my shoes?
Yeah.
They're giving you life.
Yeah.
They're serving looks. Look at the bottom of that.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Okay, so.
Okay.
The book that I'm reading right now is called Bangkok 8. It takes place in Thailand. The main character is a Buddhist. He's also a policeman who's kind of like a corrupt policeman. It is, I read 3 of the books already. I'm on book number 4. You cannot set it down. It's great about it because you also learn a lot about Thailand while you're reading this book, while also being interested in this story. So if you're looking for a book out there, I highly recommend Bangkok 8 as one right now. A big reader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Wait, would anyone like it? Like any age, etc.?
Oh, it's, I don't think it's 16-year-old. No, actually 16-year-old. Yeah, everyone like it.
My favorite book is called, And Then She Was Gone. It's really, really, really a quick read. I read it in one sitting. Can you believe that? I sat down and I read it till the end because it was so addicting. Well, I'm going to get some Thai food. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Love it! I love it, Rick.
Okay,
so
great.
good.
Have fun with your Thai food. What is that long comment from Raphael?
That's what he said about wants to be podcasting. No. That's it. Raphael has something to say. Raphael says,
I also recommend the movie. It's cute, weird, and I do enjoy the performances by the actors. You also start to gradually understand the theme.
This is the Life Before Beth.
Okay.
Right.
I actually really want to see that, Raphael.
Me too.
Thank you so much for that recommendation. Seriously.
So we're getting down to like the wire here. We've been on here for about 51 minutes, really enjoying you guys. So again, one more time, are you falling asleep over there?
No, I'm just relaxing. People like casual things.
Do you guys like casual things? I know. So we're having some Kim Crawford, if you wanted to know what we're drinking tonight. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, one of my favorites in the world. I can highly recommend it for anything you're having for dinner tonight. Mage. And I also wanted to thank you for joining us because we're just here trying to connect because we're all stuck at home. Because we're self-quarantining in some ways. Quarantining. And normally we'd be running over to Salt and Straw probably, having some Salt and Straw, but we're being good, we're staying in, we're being good people who keep it tight and keep it clean. And we're glad to see you all here. If you want to comment, join us over on Facebook so we can actually have a conversation with you. Instagram is a little more difficult, so join us over here. Just look at Brian Pataka on Instagram. We can talk. So, Chels, as we're rounding out things, anything else you want to make sure people hear from us, and do we want to tell them about a plan for going forward? I think we've already decided. So, team, we are going to have a movie night.
Yes.
Since you can't go to the movies, we will let you know what movie we're going to all watch together.
Yes.
And we'll watch it all at the same time, so we can be texting and messaging and commenting. We'll leave the Facebook book open so we can do this kind of commenting during it and enjoy it. We'll probably have to pick a funny movie.
I think what would happen is people would leave comments if they feel so inspired during it, and then we'll take maybe a break, at the 20, 40.
Oh my god, I love that.
And then we'll check in, how we're feeling, read the comments, and then like go back to the film. There's another comment.
What's this coming from Jacqueline? Let's see what she says. What's the next cast? Okay, so
When's the next cast?
I think, so tomorrow night is the Democrat debate, which I'm going to want to watch.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to try to do this as often as we can because obviously there's quarantine, coronavirus stuff. We're not sure about when it's going to end. And so I'm just going to go to this other camera. So we're just not sure when this is going to end. And so we want to be connected to you. And we want to be connected to our environment. And we don't want to disappear. So what I would love to hear from you guys in the comments right now on Facebook, let us know, what do you want? You want to watch movies together? Do you want to do, what else?
We also want to have the option of cooking together, so we would send out the shopping list of ingredients, like, I don't know, a few days before, a week before, really, really basic stuff, and we would all like cook it at the same time.
Or we can just do a horrible cooking show where we do the best we can, which might be entertaining for them.
Right.
Right? You
but
guys?
I like being interactive, and then be optional. Like, obviously, if they didn't get the ingredients, that's fine. So it's like a movie, the recipes, those are the
cooking night.
things.
And I think we should have a night when you do comedy.
Like, literally do my stand-up.
Yeah,
routine.
Chelsea's a stand-up comic, so I think we're going to have to
That
do
is
some stand-up.
so random to do your stand-up on Facebook.
You're going to do
Live.
it. You're going to do it.
Maybe.
So, you guys, in about 3 nights, we'll do your stand-up comedy. But between now and then, here's what I want to wish for all of you.
Okay.
Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands
Yes,
a lot.
Jackson was like, wash your hands. I was like, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Wash your just wash your hands. Yes. It's okay. Jackie meant to say wash. So wash your hands a lot. And between now and then, tune into our Facebook, tune into our Instagram, so we can tell you the next time we're going to go live. What's most important to us is that you stay healthy and safe, and that we can stay connected during this time. We don't want to disappear from your lives. We don't want you to disappear from us. What I also love about this milieu, this venue, this genre,
Yes.
is we're connecting with people that we don't connect with that often in our lives because you're further away. So there is something
Yes.
in the idea of the truth of the coronavirus connecting people that you don't see as often, right? Like we're suddenly being connected in a different way. So let whatever has brought you to this watch this tonight, whatever brought you to the Instagram tonight, to spark something in you to keep being vocal and how you can continue to connect with your community even in a time when you're staying at home in your pajamas. So, we thought about a bunch of names about what we wanted to call tonight.
Yeah.
It was going to be like happy hour or like...
He takes it very seriously. I'm more just, I don't know when I became so go with the flow, but I'm just like, whatever.
Totes. So, but we felt like
Also,
stuck at
let's
home.
go eat. We need to go eat.
We're going to go make dinner. We might even cast again with dinner, so we don't know yet.
Who knows?
Who knows? So, we probably are.
Okay, great.
So we're going to see you in like 2 seconds. Well, should we just move?
What does that say? It's too small.
Shopping is difficult. Let's see what Jackie says. Jackie says something really important.
What's in your pantry? Yeah.
What's in your pantry? I love that!
What's in your pantry? I really like that.
Right.
Well,
So I'm going to tell you guys what's in my pantry. I made brownies today. I've chocolate cookie mix. Like I bought a lot of sweets, which is not the way I normally eat, but I was just like super excited about it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. We are going to move into the kitchen and make dinner
okay.
in about 2 seconds. So you're welcome to join us there, but it's going to be a little bit
I think
more
we should take a
casual.
quick break.
We're taking a quick break,
Yeah.
go to the bathroom break, come back on. We'll see you in a second. We'll see you over there on Instagram in a few minutes. Whatever you're doing with your Saturday night, we're so glad you're spending it with us.
Yes, this was awesome.
This is awesome. We will see you very soon, okay?
Bye.
Be safe. Love you. Be good.